Hi, my name is Lauren, and this is Obi, and today we're going to show you the different wraps that you can use on your horse. My horse is cross-tied because I know that he's okay with it, but if your horse is not, you should definitely have a handler to hold your horse. So first, I'm going to show you the polo wrap. And this is put on before any type of activity or exercise to protect your horse from interference, which would be bumping his legs together. First, you want to make sure that your horse is clean down here, and make sure that he knows you're here, so for safety reasons. So you're going to want to start this from front to back, starting at the top of the leg. Make sure it's not too tight, just enough that it covers and that there are no wrinkles and that there is even spacing between your wraps. Once you get to about here, you're going to drop it down to the ergot and back up, creating a V in the front center. And then you'll go back up, still with even spacing and even tension. And there's no Velcro on this wrap, but if there was, I would Velcro it here, and that is the polo wrap. And then to take off the polo wrap, you're going to want to do it very quickly so that you're not down here rewrapping it and your horse could kick you or get tired of you being down here. Now we're going to be doing the standing wrap. This is used if your horse has an injury on the leg or if they've done a lot of strenuous physical activity and you're worried about swelling. So we're going to come over to Obi and let him know that we're here. Make sure the leg is clean, just like with the polo wrap. And you're going to start from the front. You want the end on the bone so that it's not on any soft tissue to injure the horse further. You're just going to wrap it around. You want to keep it taut, but not so tight that you're doing more damage to the leg than is already there. With the end of your pole or your track bandage, you're going to tuck it under the wrap so that it holds it in place. And you're going to pull it not tight, but tight enough so that it will keep the bandage on and so that you won't have any wrinkles. And just like with any wrap, you want even tension and even spacing. And you're going to leave about a ½ inch to an inch of space at the bottom of the wrap before you start working your way back to the top. Once I get to the top, I'm going to take my Velcro and lock it into place. And I forgot to mention, but with this wrap, you're going to need a pillow wrap, which is this quilt right here, and this is a track wrap. There are other things you can use, but at William Woods we use the track bandage. And then to take this off, you're going to do it quickly, like with the polo wrap, so that you're not down by your horse's foot in case he is stomping or kicking. And there you go. Next, we're going to be doing the wound bandage. You would use this if your horse has a wound on the lower leg. For this, you will need your track wrap and your pillow wrap that you use for your stack wrap or your standing wrap. You're going to need elasticon to keep dirt out, your non-stick Telfa pad to hold whatever ointment or topical you put on the wound. You're going to need your cling gauze and your scissors to cut the gauze. So let's just let Obi know that we're here and set our materials down. You're going to start with your Telfa pad. I'm going to pretend that he has a wound right about here. So I'm going to put whatever topical I want on there and then I'm going to set that on. And now we're going to take our cling gauze or our roll gauze. Make sure it covers the entire wrap. You don't want this to be tight, you just want to kind of roll it on so that it holds the pad in place. I'm going to carefully take my scissors and cut the wrap. So next I'm going to take my pillow or my quilt wrap, making sure it's all clean, and I'm going to wrap it just like I did with the standing wrap over top of the gauze. Again, making sure you have good pressure. Now I'm going to take my track wrap again. Put it under here to lock it in place. starting about at the middle. And I'm going to wrap it so that it's tightly snug and not tight enough to cause any damage. Again, with even pressure and even spacing, being careful that there are no wrinkles, because this could damage your horse's leg. I'm going to leave about 1/2 inch to 1 inch at the bottom and start working my way back up with the same tension and the same width between wraps. You'll also end this one about 1/2 inch to 1 inch before the end of your cotton. For a wound wrap, it's also nice to put elastic on at the top and the bottom of the wrap, because this keeps dirt and debris from getting in, which could infect the area. With this, it's easy to pull it too tight. You want to make sure that you don't use very much of the stretch. You just want to kind of lay it on there. Take your scissors very carefully. And secure the end of the wrap. You will also do this at the bottom of the wrap, but to save materials, I'm not going to show you that. And that is the wound bandage. Next, we're going to do the stack wrap. This is used if your horse has an injury on the top of the leg that would be hard to reach with a normal standing or a wound bandage. For this, you're going to need your pillow wrap, 2 pillow wraps, a longer track wrap that will wrap over the entire bandage, and then a smaller one that is the size of the one that you used for the standing wrap. So I'm going to let Obi know that I'm here again and set out my materials. So I'm going to start down here, making sure the leg is clean. And with this wrap, you're going to want the bottom to be the anchor, so it's going to be lower than it would be if it was a normal standing bandage. You want it to kind of rest on the lower part of his leg. I'm going to tuck my track bandage into my wrap again, and then wrap starting downward with nice even pressure and spacing. With this one, you're going to end up going a little bit below the fetlock. Again, leaving about 1/2 inch to 1 inch of pillow at the bottom before you go back up. Again, with even pressure and spacing. And once we get up here, we're going to leave about 1 inch to 1/2 inch. So now we're going to take our longer pillow wrap, clean off the area, and we're going to stack it right on top of the lower wrap. And make sure it's tight so that it'll stay in place, but not tight enough to cut off any blood flow. And we're going to take our track wrap, our longer track wrap this time, and tuck it under the end. Pull it snug but not too tight. And then with even spacing and pressure, making sure there are no wrinkles, we're going to just keep going down the leg. Pull. The idea of this wrap is to kind of blend both of the wraps together, so you want to make sure it's nice and smooth over the knee there. Get all of the wrinkles. We're going to go about halfway down this wrap and then start moving back up now that we've joined the wraps together. this wrap is also going to end about 1 inch to 1/4 inch or 1/2 inch from the top. And then these longer track wraps will not have any Velcro on them, so you have to use masking tape. There are different ways that you can apply the tape. You can either do it in separate loops, or you can spiral it around the leg. I personally like to do the spiral. You don't want to pull the tape tight, you just want to kind of set it on there. You'll do about 3 or 4 loops, and then go ahead and rip it off. And with the stack wrap, it's also helpful to put elastic on around the top and the bottom to keep it from getting any dirt in there to infect the wound. Next, I will be doing the foot bandage. For this, you're going to need a diaper, vet wrap, and duct tape. So I'm going to start by letting Obi know I'm here. I'm going to set my materials down. I'm going to pick up his foot. I'm going to make sure it's all clean in there. Normally what I would do is, if I were going to do this and he had an abscess or something, I would maybe soak it in a betadine solution and Epsom salt. And then if I knew where the abscess was, I would probably pack it with Ictamol and a Telfa pad. But for the purpose of this video, he doesn't have an injury to his foot, so we're just going to get it all nice and clean. I'm going to take his foot and hold it like this in the farrier hold. Then I'm going to take my diaper. I'm just going to get it situated on his little foot, just like that. Get both sides. Now it's on there. I'm going to take my vet wrap. I'm just going to wrap it around the edge of the hoof first, making sure that I don't go up past the cornet band anywhere that I'm wrapping. I want to make sure to cover the entire hoof. I'm just going to continue wrapping until I have depleted my roll of vet wrap. This is just for extra protection, to keep the wrap in place and to keep any moisture or debris from getting in. This is an older vet wrap, so it's struggling. Just secure it in place. And now with the duct tape, I'm going to hold him in the farrier hold again. And with this, I could either make a grid, or the way I like to do it is just use individual strips if my duct tape will cooperate. First, I'm going to go front to back, and I'm going to make about 4 or 5 overlapping strips of duct tape. This will protect the hoof and the wrap, and we'll make sure that no water or debris gets in. Next, I'm going to go side to side with my wrap. I'm going to go side to side with my wraps. Again, I'm going to do 4 or 5. I'm going to overlap them. For certain horses, it will be easier to make the grid and apply it that way, because maybe they don't want you messing with their foot that much. But Obi is pretty good about it, so I know that I can do his this way. And now we're going to go front to back again. And this will be the final layer that we put on the bottom of the hoof. Again, I'm going to go about 5 different times, wrapping it around the end of the hoof, so there's no way anything can get in there and infect his injury. Now that I'm done that, what I like to do is take my duct tape and I'll wrap it all around the edge of my wrap. And this will just keep everything out. And hold everything in place. You're going to want to end the duct tape right where you started it. Patting down all of the edges, making sure the front is clean, and making sure that there's no way anything could get in to the hoof.